god, we are.
So that's enough of Bart versus the Space Mutants. We'll return to this, because we gotta cover this for Mascot Friday eventually.
Oh, Christ.
But know that I have very, very mixed opinions about this game. I have complex emotions about Bart versus the Space Mutants, as I'm sure everyone else does. Alright, so, in February of 1991, Acclaim followed up on that with Double Dragon 3. Give me that timer, Alex. Okay, you've already started.
Oh, yeah.
Now, Double Dragon 2 was really good, maybe the best Acclaim game we've seen so far. This game... Alright, so who rented this? I rented this. I know why this sucks. And if you rented this, or worse yet, had it, you also know why it sucks. This suffers from the same thing that Space Mutants did. There's no continues. You only get one life, and it's super, super, super hard. I mean, it's still two-player.
That's good.
The graphics got a little bit of a boost. The mechanics are a little bit more complex. You got a couple more moves. You can also flip around. But my god, the difficulty. Also, the levels are really long, so odds are you'd never get past level 1. But when playing this again last night, I discovered a new technique. You ready for this?
Yeah.
This is my new technique. This is something I've noticed with a few Acclaim games. If you set both A and B to turbo and you hold them both down, you break a lot of these games. Double Dragon 2 was one of them, Total Recall was another, and Double Dragon 3 follows in the same tradition, because you can just flip around. And honestly, this is way easier than playing the game like normal. Normally you take a lot of hits, take a lot of damage.
Where'd you go?
But as this is, the game actually becomes kind of tolerable when you cheat. Otherwise, not a lot of things that I can say about this game. There was an Angry Video Game Nerd episode about it. Please feel free to use his research material. This is also the game where Bimmy Lee came from.
Ah, Bimmy and Jimmy.
Mm-hmm.
Bimmy, Jimmy, Lemmy, all the Emmys.
I know, they call me Billy Barehands. Oh no, I was almost there. Now I'm Billy Army Knife. The upgraded version of Billy Barehands. I guess production quality-wise, this game looks the part. The graphics are nice, music's good. Control isn't even that bad. In fact, you're more agile than the earlier Double Dragon games. But they just fucked up the difficulty balance so bad that it became unfun. And though you eventually get multiple characters to play with, good luck to
Jesus! That guy's dead!
Yep, so's that guy.
That guy, come on, do it!
There was a lot of cool things in this game, but you'd never get to see it, again, because of the difficulty. I'm Billy Bottle.
Oh, does Billy want a bottle? Well, you're Billy Barehands again.
Now I'm Billy Bottle. Oh man, it disappeared!
Boo!
Billy wants his bottle. Yeah, look at this. I'm like halfway through level 1, and already I have 1 bar of life left. And this is using my cheating method. Like, you just take a lot of damage. It's just unfortunate, is all. Because this came out around the same time as River City Ransom, which was good. And this was not good. God damn it, Acclaim. How did you fuck this up? I don't know how they did it, but they did. Alright, who likes Midway-ported arcade games?
God, I do.
How about Smash TV?
Oh, this could be okay.
Yeah, so as we mentioned during our Beam Software stream a few weeks back, they published both Super Nintendo and NES versions of Smash TV. Yeah, Beam Software made this one as well. This one did not turn out as good as the Super Nintendo one, though. Let's go. This is what it looks like.
It could be worse. the NES, I mean, like...
Yeah, you shouldn't have expected too much.
Yeah, I had no expectation.
If there's one cool thing this game does, is it lets you use 2 controllers to replicate the twin joystick setup from the arcade game.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm not using that right now, though, because the default option is a 1 controller setting where you can either fire in the direction you're going, or you can lock your fire to one direction, like this. It doesn't work very well.
You got a roadster.
Yeah. Let's see if I can win that home game. By the way, I finally watched Running Man for the first time the other night, and I recommend it. That is a silly-ass movie.
Yeah, Danny recommended it to me, too. I
was telling Alex about it earlier. Like, half the movie, they're just fighting final fight bosses, like a dude on a motorcycle with a chainsaw. It's great. And then they couldn't figure out how to end the movie, and it kind of turned to shit. But, man.
Movies,
that first hour was good. Yep. Smash TV on NES. It looks like this. It probably couldn't have looked better than this. Thanks, man. I got a lot of Acclaim's games to go.
I noticed they're grenades, but it looks like you were shooting cash, and that was pretty cool.
What's that armadillo up there? That's supposed to be Mr. Shrapnel in the arcade game, but...
just a big old armadillo.
Just kind of turned into a lump in this version.
It looks like a bomb.
Do I have to play the full 5 minutes of this?
No, you can do whatever you want in your life.
Hell yeah, it's a free country. Fuck you, Smash TV. Oh, man. Well, also in 1991, they made a sequel to Bart vs. the Space Mutants.
Have fun.
That's right. 2 Simpsons platformers from Imagineering in 1 year. One was not enough. Did you play this one?
Yes, I did.
What'd you think?
I didn't enjoy it.
Aw.
I did not enjoy it at all. I enjoyed the first one more because I was like, well, at least this has puzzles for me. Oh, God!
Yeah, the first game at least had that first level. This game, though... well, the intro's pretty interesting, at least. Springfield to Fiji, to your little town's the Krusty the Clown show. Time to announce the winners of the Springfield Art Contest. You get to take your family on a worldwide treasure hunt.
But they get to search continents for shit.
All entries will be fairly judged by Mr. Montgomery Burns, and will become his sole property for all eternity.
Okay, that's pretty funny.
Yeah, that's how you do intellectual property. Here's the finalists. First, there's this watercolor by Todd Flanders.
Oh, that's beautiful.
There's a dignified portrait by Martin Prince. And then there's this one from Bart Simpson.
That's actually pretty good.
It is, yeah, this intro is actually pretty funny. The winner is Bart Simpson. Our plan is going according to plan. It's kind of redundant, Mr. Smithers. Yes, Smithers. As much as it pains me to have chosen that Simpson brat's miserable attempted artwork. Remember your vows, sir. You despise the Simpsons and swore to wipe them off the face of the earth. Ah, classic Mr. Burns.
Thank you, Smithers. I was distracted.
Simpson, eh? Oh yeah, that guy I want to wipe off the face of the earth. Third cousin Fu Manchu Burns. Yeah, it kind of goes off the deep end here.
Yeah.
So we go to China, and it's the same game as Space Mutants, only without the objectives.
So it's
more,
just...
yeah, it's just more straightforward platforming. At least you can take more than 2 hits in this game. You still run with the jump button. They still didn't fix that. And there's all this hidden shit you have to find, like this. I collected it.
You can just climb up that?
Mm-hmm.
Bullshit! I'd always have to throw myself in the water.
Yeah, Bart can climb. He can do a couple of new things in this game, but otherwise it's very similar to Space Mutants. Specifically the later levels of Space Mutants, which weren't very interesting. It does have trivia, though. That would be Miss Sourball.
Miss Glumpus!
Bart loses the election. He threw up during his speech. He said, "Read my lips."
None of his supporters voted.
What's Mr. Burns'
Nigel!
See Nigel Burns.
He got 3 lives.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate the Great Wall.
Oh, yeah.
This sucks.
So, Alex, you won't believe this, but I played through a lot more of this game beyond this first level. And this first level, like Space Mutants, it's the best part of the game.
Oh, God, really?
Because after this, it just becomes extremely shit platforming, and that's it. Just no variety whatsoever. Like, one of the later levels is this upward climb, and you hop across these 4 generic platforms over and over. You just go left, then you climb up, then you go right, then you climb up, over and over and over again for something like 5 minutes.
Sounds fun.
No background, no variety, no imagination. That's Imagineering, baby.
I can't stop thinking about Mrs. Glumpus.
Mrs. Glumpus, Bart's hard-ass teacher. Ah, the classics, Mrs. Glumpus and Principal Sconner.
Ned Landers.
Ned Landry. Alright, are my 5 minutes up yet?
You got 30 seconds.
Okay, we gotta finish off Fu Manchu Burns here.
Oh, God.
Yeah, there's all these different bosses based on different members of the Burns family, including the abominable Snow Burns in the second level. No shit.
This guy was always really hard.
He's pretty difficult. Takes some timing. Other thing that makes this rough is if you hold the A button to jump and you hit the B button, nothing will happen. You have to release the A button before you hit the B button to throw stuff.
Nice.
Just real...
Alright, I'm stopping the timer, but I'm letting you beat him. There you go.
I did it.
Nice.
I don't like it.
I never beat that guy, by the way. I never got to the abominable Snow Burns.
He's here for a good Donnybrook. Second cousin's nephew's son, the abominable Snow Burns.
Alright, that's...
Yeah, and starting here, it just turns into
I did get
hell.
here! Oh
this
my god!
This part is just pure shit. You don't want to experience
Yeah, I'm having horrible childhood memories. Let's go.
Oh, okay. What's next? Hey, here's a game I've never played. Did you know there was a Wizards and Warriors 3?
Shit, I didn't know that.
Oh, also, we're in 1992 now.
Oh, thank you.
Once again by Rare, and the first couple of games were good. Okay, this says 91, but it was released in 92.
Close enough.
There's this big stupid helmet, and an elf, I guess.
Visions of power.
Who's played this game? Is it good? Is it better than the first 2? Because from what I've played, it doesn't really grab me. In fact, I don't even really know what to do at all.
Let's see, Kefki12 says this is a good one. That looks interesting.
Yeah, they made it a little bit more complex. There's stuff you have to buy, and objectives you have to meet in each level. And I think you can transform into a wizard and a thief, which gives you different gameplay abilities. Just for whatever reason, though, I never rented or bought or even played this one. I spent a few minutes playing this when I first discovered emulation, but that's about it. Still a lot of hopping. He's fine.
This fell right. He would have definitely broken his tailbone, let's be honest.
Oh yeah, at least. I just wish I had an expert I could consult on this, because this is just one of those games where I have no experience with it. And any attempts I've made to play it have just made no impact on me. Hey, it's not not Space Mutants. I don't have to spray paint anything.
It's not Space Mutants. That's as good as we can say.
That's the best thing we could say about acclaimed games at this point.
Oh, apparently Arno played this game.
The third one? Wow.
Poor Arno.
Yeah. Make him play Space Mutants.
No!
Hey.
He doesn't have a Japanese. He'd have to know. No.
He played Battletoads. He liked Battletoads.
Yeah, but
That dude's a freak.
it's true.
Much as I love Arno, come on. Liking Battletoads.
Arno's a real freak, huh?
That dude loves to freak on shitty games. Yep, this seems like a Wizards and Warriors game. Maybe someday I'll play it. If I get a glowing recommendation from anyone. Probably not, though.
The opponent does make a good point about Arno and Battletoads. He did play the Japanese version, right?
Oh, true. Yeah, that had been rebalanced in several ways. I killed a coyote or something.
Nah, coyote.
I'm done with this. Flush this game. Flush it right down the toilet. Nah, it's probably fine. Well, we're reaching the end here. This is 92, so Acclaim was kind of running out of steam on the NES. Next up is Ferrari Grand Prix Challenge, another game I haven't played. Let's play it for the first time together.
I love cars, and I like when the cars go fast. Who's System 3 software? Tell me about them.
That sounds familiar, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does.
Super Putty!
Oh my god, it's the Super Putty people. Oh, this is so Super Putty.
Oh, listen to that music.
Ah, crank it. Hell yeah.
Oh shit.
This music rules.
Do I need to play the game? I like the music.
I don't know if you do.
Well, let's see if the music during gameplay is good.
Danny!
I'm the up-and-coming driver, Danny Fucko.
This is so good!
What the fuck is with this music?
It's great!
Alright, gameplay-wise, this is just your generic racer, but the soundtrack.
Apparently this game shares a one music track with James Bond Jr.
Really?
Yeah.
Same composer, maybe?
Neil Baldwin, I think? Yeah, Neil Baldwin.
Oh, Neil Baldwin. He did the Hero Quest soundtrack on NES. That was a good one. Alright, that explains why this is so good.
This is really good. Let's crank it a little.
Also, that's why they asked me if I wanted music. Apparently it's either sound effects or music. Yeah, stick with the music. I have to listen to the soundtrack later. I wasn't expecting this.
Yeah, it's good.
I did it.
Okay, so BMF has
Oh.
fun tidbit from BMF. Neil Baldwin composed the music in hexadecimal on a notepad.
Holy shit.
Are you kidding me?
Man, we're just spurting everywhere. Look at this.
Jesus, Danny! Jesus.
Along with really good music.
Music Cool Coyote was Neil Baldwin.
Man.
Hexadecimal.
Gameplay, it's okay. Serviceable. Soundtrack, 10 out of 10. Oh my
Yeah.
god. That's a sleeper hit right here. Alright, we're reaching the final few games. Let's do it. Let's finish this off. Let's finish the fight with Krusty and Krusty's Funhouse.
Oh, God. Still also in 1992?
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
This also came out on Genesis and Super Nintendo, and believe it or not, there was an NES version.
Can't believe they made that.
Yeah. Krusty, those rats are huge. Krusty,
Ah!
your face is grotesque.
Jesus! Jesus.
Jesus is all I can say. Alright, so I played this one on Super Nintendo. It's a reskinned version of an Amiga game where you have to crush rats. Only in this game, you're Krusty. And that's it. I guess that's a good thing, considering that all of Acclaim's other Simpsons games were by Imagineering. So, in this case, Amiga port is definitely an improvement. Crushed all the rats.
Thanks for crushing the rats, Bart.
I did it. Yeah, pretty simple environmental puzzler, but it's got a decent amount of charm. Not much to do with The Simpsons, though, so if that's something you need in your Simpsons games, sorry.
I don't know. I could see an episode of The Simpsons where Bart is Krusty's assistant and he has to crush a bunch of fucking rats to death.
You know what? Yeah, he was.
I could actually see that.
He was the I didn't do it boy, so that's just one step removed from this. Hey Bart, want to help me kill rats? Anything for you, Krusty.
Yes, who could forget, as actual Deep says, Dear Rat Boy.
Dear rat.
This is Krusty's Funhouse Wall of Beef, but you can call it Krusty's Rat Factory. I think that's better.
Krusty's Rat Factory. Alright, killed all the rats. And there's bonus stuff to get, and puzzles to solve, and it's all done within this simple environmental setup where you have a limited number of things you can interact with. You can pick up these blocks, which you can use to influence the direction the rats take. It's pretty much a more action-oriented approach to the kind of gameplay you'd see in Lemmings, or stuff like that. I like the way his hair bounces when he walks.
It's good. According to Abby, the working title of this game was Rat Trap.
Rat Trap.
I could see this just being a game that they just slapped the Simpsons license on.
Oh, that's totally what they did. But given the alternatives, I'll take it. Yeah, Krusty's Funhouse. Played on Super Nintendo. That's my recommendation. This version's kind of ugly.
Yeah.
But if you can't get enough Simpsons, there is a fourth Simpsons
Jesus
game
Christ, we're not
for the
done.
NES. It's Bartman meets Radioactive Man.
Oh my god.
That's right, 3 wasn't enough. There had to be a fourth. Should mention this is the fourth Simpsons game. Acclaim released for the NES in 2 years.
I am tired of the antics of these foolish cartoon
I am sick of the
characters.
Simpsons.
The antics of Bart, his family. I don't like them anymore.
Should also note we're getting close to the end. This is going to be our second to last game.
Mm.
Yeah, we've covered 27 games over the course of a single stream.
Jet Scarf rented this game, and it's very bad.
Wow, who knew?
So you play as Bartman, huh?
Yeah, so if Bart vs. the World simplified Space Mutants, this simplifies it even more, because you don't even get a map screen. You don't get mini-games. It's just this. You're going into these levels that are designed by Imagineering, so they're all terrible, and there's nothing to break it up whatsoever.
Cool.
So whereas I could say good things about the other two Simpsons games, can't really say anything good about this one. Around this time, Imagineering was basically just shitting these games out one after another. Just this, and Swamp Thing, and a million others whose names I can't even remember at the moment because I'm so angry at Bart Simpson right now. How could you do this to me, Bart?
Just like Bart to do this to you.
Was it the Bort thing? You still upset about Bort? Get over it.
I think Bart's just upset that he still has to work, like, after 30 years.
Join a union, man. I played Devil's Advocate for the first 2 games. I'm not gonna play it for this one. This just sucks ass. Why did they even do this? Oh right, money.
We all need money. Bart.
Acclaim.
Imagineering.
Imagineering. Good.
That was not the way to go.
Yeah.
Oh, you get to start at the beginning.
Start from the beginning of the level. I guess there are power-ups. You have a default attack that doesn't work at all, and you get these eye beams. I don't fucking know. The Bartman mythos isn't something that's especially fleshed out or interesting, and yet they chose that as the theme for the game. Has Bartman ever showed up in the show, even?
You know, he made one... I don't know about the newer seasons, but he did make one appearance in a single episode. It was just him in costume as Bartman.
Huh.
There was the Bartman comic by Bongo Comics, and there are a few other spin-off properties, but if I recall, Bartman does not have, like, a mythos in the show. It's just
That's right, I forgot the comics. Okay, so he does have something, at least. I should also note the song Do the Bartman has nothing to do with Bartman.
It doesn't. Bartman is a superhero character. I read a lot of the Bongo comics. I really, really liked Bongo comics as a kid.
I read some of those too. Those were actually good.
They were actually, and there's, Bongo is still around, and I've read through some of their comics, like, more recently, at least in the 2010s, and they're still pretty good. They're still pretty good kids comics, yeah.
But if you were hoping for the Simpsons series to end with a bang on NES, that did not happen. In fact, the opposite of that happened. It's hard to believe that those games got less interesting over the years.
Got fucking eaten.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Stop boring Bart!
Don't for Bart. D Bart. D. I'm struggling here. I'm trying to find something good to redeem this game, and it just ain't happening. The first game, you could at least say it was an adventure game hybrid. Second game, you could say that they added a lot of variety, a lot of mini games. There was trivia. It gave us a funny name for Mrs. Krabappel.
Was it Glurpo?
Miss Glorpo, yeah. This game, I got nothing. There is no reason for this to exist.
Actually, I don't know if Trio the Punch is in Johnny Turbo's release schedule, but yeah, it is a Data East game, so...
Ooh, yeah.
I really, really do want to see a Johnny Turbo version of Trio the Punch really badly. I want to hear him say Trio the Punch.
Trio the Punch. I'll talk to Johnny.
Okay, you talk to him. Alright, that's 5 minutes.
He liked my Rygar tweet from the other day. That made my heart go 3 sizes. I was so proud.
Were you doki dokiing there?
I was going all thump thump.
Alright.
Oh wow, I actually spent 5 minutes with this game.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's finish this off in trademark style. Game number 28, the very last game alongside Bartman that Acclaim released for the NES. George Foreman's KO Boxin' from Beam Software. Beginning where we started. We started with Airwolf, and we end with George Foreman. There he is.
And dithering.
Yeah. All 3 different shades of George Foreman. So Beam Software made another boxing game around this time called Power Punch 2, which we went into during our Beam Software stream. This is the other one they made. Yeah, let's fight that guy. I think George Foreman was heavyweight champ at this time, after Mike Tyson and Buster Douglas. So he got a couple of games. I think this and the Super Nintendo and Genesis versions of this were developed by Beam Software. Though this version is a little bit different. It's more like Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. It's got some good punch effects.
It just is punching sounds. How to turn it down, because I imagine just like blaring punches to people.
How do I get up?
Chat saying you need to throw... Wall of Beef in particular says throw a grill at him.
I couldn't do it.
Oh my god! Very sensual for the NES. Also sensual, wow. Very sensual video game.
Doritos.
Doritos.
I'm speechless. This
I didn't
game's,
even see the Doritos. I was just enticed by
this game's throwing a lot at me.
Doritos.
Stop! Stop sexually flexing. Alright, this is my favorite game of the night. It just keeps throwing these amazing full screen images at me. Oh, poor George. Let's try that again. I completely lost my train of thought when that dude started flexing.
Started flexing and Doritos is there.
And Doritos showed up. George Foreman, famously a fan of Doritos, I guess. Famous for inventing the George Foreman grill, a fat-busting grill where the fat literally drips off of it into a disgusting plate that you have to empty out.
Oh, I hated emptying out that plate. That was the worst. That drip tray sucked. It's a good grill.
I did have a George Foreman grill. It's good at grilling sandwiches. It can grill meat just fine.
It's good if you want like a nice, quick grill and you don't want to do anything else.
I can't figure out how to get up in this game, and that's kind of a problem.
Well, I
guess he's gonna win, and he's gonna do that dance again.
Do it.
And he's gonna, and then I'm gonna have to go eat Doritos in the corner. Just picturing a scene where that dude's flexing all over the place, and George Foreman is just sadly in his corner eating Doritos with a boxing glove.
Yeah.
Oh, he's gonna do it again.
Yes. Yeah, Foreman grills are really good for quesadillas and chicken breasts and George Foreman being sad.
This is too much. I can't take this anymore.
We gotta go.
Oh, I've finally been beaten by George Foreman. Yeah. Wow, what a strange ending to that. I was not prepared. But there you go. That's 28 Acclaim games over the years 1987 through 1992. They stopped in 92. They did not release a single NES game in 93, and that was it for them. But they did go on to have a very, very profitable career on the SNES, and later PlayStation, PS2, Xbox, GameCube. They were all over the place, making classics like Turok, BMX XXX, the Red Star. No, wait, that was too good. They had to cancel it.
Boo.
Yeah, a lot to be said about Acclaim, but at least we have a good perspective on their NES era.
Mm-hmm.
It ended like this, with a lot of people sitting on a stool looking sad.
In 2004, I assume.
Eating Doritos.
Yeah.
Yeah, eventually they shut down. Eventually their past sins caught up to them. They could not carry on anymore.
I know that a lot of them shutting down had to do with the kind of tie-ups they had with licenses in wrestling, too, as well.
Oh yeah, they went big on the WWF license for a while.
And I think they actually owned part of ECW as well. They were actually a big financer. When ECW went down, that hit them partially, not entirely, but yeah, it did hurt them.
Yep, a lot of different business concerns hit them all at once, and they just could not keep up with it. Eventually, they went bankrupt, and that was it for Acclaim.
Rip Acclaim, but thanks for the times.
Thanks for some of the good games. Man, I was expecting more of those games to be good, but as it turns out, only a handful of them were worthwhile. A lot of the games had good parts to them, like Bart vs. the Space Mutants, but overall they were just really awful and confusing for children. I can confirm that. I was a children at one point. I was a confused child.
Same.
Who was very upset by Bart vs. the Space Mutants. I would have rather rented Batman. Instead, I ended up with Bart's spray painting adventure.
Yeah, as Dark Tetsuya says, Ripperoonie.
Ripperoonie to Acclaim. Ripperoonie indeed. Yeah. Wow, we got through all of them. I did it.
Sure did.
The physical effects will be felt in the future, but for now, I'm pretty proud of the fact that I played 28 Acclaim games in a row. Oh, gonna have nightmares for years and years afterward, but I hope it was worth it. And I hope you enjoyed this look at Acclaim on the NES. Go with God. Please leave and do not play any of these games.
Hold on, can I do something really stupid before we switch screens?
Oh, please.
It's exceptionally stupid. Hold on.
Yes, good.
Hold on. There we go.
Yes. I'm glad glad you still have the Dolfo.
Oh, Dolfo's never going away.
Oh, well, that makes that a happier image. He's no longer depressed. He's just kind of dopey looking. And that's how I feel after playing 28 Acclaim games in a row. Not a thing I'd recommend.
So on that note...
On that note, it's time to end things. That's it. We're done. No more Acclaim, no more NES, no more Quirk the Amazing Tomato.
Look at Quirk! He's gonna kick my ass!
There was a time in history when a Game Boy puzzle game became an animated TV series alongside your favorite heroes from Narc, your favorite PCP addicts.
My favorite drug addicts are here.
What a time! What a time!
Mm-hmm.
We've indulged in some 80s.
Truly, if there is evil in this world, it lies within the heart of mankind. Tiger Teeth! Thou art near holy heaven's passageway. Though I am close to death, I have never been more alive. Behold, wait, God of Thunder. Death, prepare yourself. Indignation. Take that. This can't be.
That was Pepsi Beth and Company with the famous fan-translated dub to Tales of Fantasia for Super Nintendo.
Oh,
and
it's
Mina.
so good.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
How are you all doing on this Mascot Friday? I'm feeling pretty good.
I want to get started.
Yeah, you've had enough of Tales of Fantasia?
Can I put on the layout? I'm so ready.
Okay. Let me quickly test the sound. Down,
Okay.
up, down, up. Alex, how excited are you?
Nah. I can't do word. Socks.
Okay, timing's good. Why even bother with explanations or intros? This is Socks the Cat. Alex plays Socks the Cat. This is going to be the first time Alex. This is going to be the first time Alex sees this. I have some experience with Socks the Cat. I kind of played it until 1 a.m. last night in preparation for this stream. So hopefully we'll get to see a good amount of this game. This is mascot platformer history right here, folks.
Look at him! Look at him!
There he is.
My buddy! Oh, I'm sorry.
Alex is already squeaking all over the place.
Oh, yeah, it's... uh-huh. Oh, they had a website. Amazing. Oh, no.
Yep, these are the other people who finished up Socks the Cat. We'll get into that. There's a lot to be said about this game, as you might imagine. First of all, just an overview. Socks the Cat was the family cat of the Clinton family when they were in the White House in the 90s. What was it, 92 through 98 or something?
Yeah, until 2000.
Yeah, that's right. 2 terms Socks the Cat lives there.
I love socks.
Mm-hmm. And it turns out at some point, Japanese publisher Kaneko wanted to make a video game about him. Yeah, kitty paw.
It's got a start options.
Mm-hmm.
Look at him! Look at him! Look at him! Look at him! Look at that! Look at that!
Yeah,
look at that!
I really like that animation. It's good.
Easy, thank you.
So this game was previewed in several magazines. Nintendo Power gave it a somewhat glowing review, I guess. GamePro and EGM also reviewed it, so it was thought for many years that review copies existed, though no one really knew how complete it was. Several years back, there was a prototype discovered, and nothing happened with it.
Nope.
Until today. This is Socks the Cat Rocks the Hill.
Here we go. I have waited. I have been wanting this game since I was a Socks fan as a child, and this game is my dream. And then around 2001, 2002, I got into unreleased games, and this was like the one game I read about where I was like, I have to have this. I want this. I need this.
This and Bioforce Ape were the biggest ones.
Mm-hmm.
And now, yep, this is it. Where do we go from here? I don't think there's any other unreleased game that really matches up to this game.
Yeah, Beavis Eye.
Okay, maybe that game. Socks was looking up like, what?
Hold on. That's a bigger deal than me being missing, buddy. Oh, there's Socks.
Foreign fur follies.
Alright, I'm not looking at chat, so Danny, you have to be in charge. Oh my god, okay, so I run.
Mm-hmm. A button is run, B button is jump, Y button is swipe. You can also duck and swipe.
That's how I heard.
Oh yeah, and the run button is your item button.
Oh, I died!
Yeah, you get 9 lives, as in Bubsy. Though, once you lose them all, you get taken to the continue screen. That's all the lives you get.
Okay. I don't like the... Oh, this plays like shit, but I was expecting that. I wasn't expecting this to play well.
It's too early to pass judgment on Socks the Cat.
God damn, I've already lost, like, a lot of lives. Can I go in it? No. No, you dumb... Okay, that's
cool. You can also jump on enemies. You have to hold down in midair.
Ah, I can say it, so it's a butt bounce.
The old butt bounce, yeah.
Oh, come on! Socks!
For waiting 20 years for this, I thought you'd be better prepared.
Absolutely not! I got a fish. Down to 4 lives.
Yep.
Jesus!
This is Alex's live, unfiltered reaction to seeing Socks the Cat for the first time.
I don't like the way
this is our new series, Alex Reacts, where we discover undumped prototypes and then sit Alex in front of him.
And then he like screams shit like, it's his diarrhea or whatever. Okay.
I'm just gonna let you flail around at this part for a while, because it had me stuck too. Oh, a hidden area, look at that. Whoa.
Here are the presidents! Oh, I see. I have to fix the dates, I think.
You found something that I didn't find in the game. I played this game for 5 hours yesterday, Alex. You've been playing for 10 seconds and already you found this. There's nothing like this in the rest of the game.
I got it wrong!
Alright, so they quiz you on the presidents in this one hidden area and nowhere else in the entire game, I guess.
Well, they might elsewhere. elsewhere.
Could
but
be. I mean, if there's other hidden rooms, you'll find them. Obviously, I didn't.
Someone's talking shit on my sock skills, and yet here I am.
Yeah, here you are, making new discoveries. Alright, so Socks the Cat, Rocks the Hill. As we mentioned, Kaneko published, or was set to publish this game in the mid-90s for Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis. For development, they contracted that out to Real Time Associates,
Oh, that explains a lot.
who we've covered on Mascot Friday before a few times. They developed games like Normies, Beach Baby-Rama, Bug for Sega Saturn, Iron Man and Exo Manowar and Heavy Metal for Sega Saturn,
I
and
like Bug.
Real Monsters.
Those are all
So yeah,
shitty to decent.
yeah, a shitty to decent developer put in charge of a fairly unusual license, because what made this game so desirable is that it's not just an unreleased prototype, it's a part of American history, you can argue.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the few games that you can say that about. This is a game that features many US presidents in antagonistic roles. You get to kill them, in addition to these many rats.
Wait, so I get to kill Harry Truman?
I don't well, he was in that last room, so maybe.
Oh my god.
Yeah, this game is famous for being a planned political parody. It was gonna take the piss, as they say, out of American politics at the time.
Oh, I can switch where the Yui is. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I should say the heads-up display, whatever.
By the way, we should mention, we're only discussing politics as it relates to this game.
Yes,
So keep it in the 90s.
Yes, please do not
Anything
talk
recent
about
does
modern
not
stuff.
apply to Socks the Cat.
Anything 2016 on, we will not engage because I'm too depressed about it.
We all are. This is a better time. Socks. Bill Clinton was in office. He played the saxophone on Arsenio Hall.
Remember?
And Socks was there.
Okay, I'm stuck.
Go back to where you were.
Okay.
There's some fairly unusual stuff in this game that it doesn't really tell you about. It's one of those
thank you.
games.
I appreciate it.
Now,
I did
what
find that hidden area, though.
You did. You got that on me. Now, how I got up here was by using those platforms on the left. You gotta run and jump.
That's what I was doing.
But I'm seeing now that there's actually something else that they intended for you to do. You see those scraps up there on the ceiling?
Uh-huh.
You can actually wall cling to them if you hit jump in midair.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it's a mechanic that's barely explained at all,
Oh,
and you
jeez.
need to use it in level 2. You can get past this part through some clever running and jumping,
go.
but yeah, that's the intended way.
This controls like a garbage pile, but here's the problem. You all know me, I love cats, and if you put a cat in your game, even if it's a garbage game, I will probably like it. I'm so sorry, everybody.
There, you got it. You're moving on. You got 2 lives, that's all you need.
Oh, God.
Those yellow fish give you an extra life.
Oh, thank
Luckily, there's a lot of them
Hey!
in the early parts of the game.
Who's this guy with bombs? I don't like the
He's
way
just a
he
dude.
I don't like the way he looks. I don't
Game
like his-
over. You got 2 credits, though.
Okay, that's cool. I do like that animation there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know.
Now, here's the thing about this game.
Uh-huh.
It's been known for a while that this prototype existed. It was bought for an obscene amount of money, and over the last decade, people have been trying to turn it into a money-making scheme and failing. It wasn't until last year, or was it the year before even?
I think it was the year before.
I think it was the year before, yeah, that someone put this on Kickstarter. They said they had the ROM, they were going to finish it up, whatever that means, and put it on cartridge and release it to people. They offered the cartridge for sale, and they also offered a digital version, which still hasn't been released yet because they released the cartridge to people who bought that,
Okay,
and
I'm
then
right this time.
and then several months passed, and someone finally dumped the ROM earlier this week. Good old Ron Reagan.
Okay, this looks right.
Now what I'm wondering is how much of this game is the original prototype and how much did they add to it for the final release? Oh, you gotta continue there. Nice.
Mhm.
Because after playing through the whole thing, I'm left very confused, wondering... In fact, I'm almost positive that most of this game did not exist in the early prototype. A lot of it looks like it was made after the fact to flesh out the game, which isn't necessarily bad, but there are some things they should have spent more time on if they were going to do that, instead of just adding levels. You'll see. Yeah, you're doing better this time. You got 8 lives.
Yeah, sorry for not checking chat. I am experiencing history as it happens, baby. Hey.
Avi reveals that Ronald Reagan starred in a film called Brother Rat. He also starred in Bedtime for Bonzo.
Bedtime for Bonzo!
And several other movies featuring Bonzo the monkey. He was an actor who appeared in monkey movies.
Mm-hmm.
That's why everyone's mom and dad were weirded out when they found out Reagan was president in the 80s. They're like, the monkey movie guy? Really? As it turns out, he did have political experience. He held previous office, and he won the election. Now, most of the political references in this game take place between the 70s and the 80s, and some 90s stuff.
Just discovering all these hidden areas, no biggie.
Yeah, I've never found that one either. There's more to this game than I thought. Let's start off with the positives, alright? So, the graphics are great. Socks the cat looks amazing.
Socks looks great.
He has lots of really good animations. There's also lots of interstitial animations between the levels, a la Miss Pac-Man, sort of like these wordless skits that they do. It's nice. I get the feeling that wasn't in the original game at all, but it's nice that they added him. Honestly, I really want to see that unmodified ROM. This release just makes me so curious about how much was original and how much was later added.
Floating to me?
Yeah. Hey, you did it!
Oh, I did it!
Now you get ready to fight the first boss, Ross Perot.
Why isn't he fighting me with, like, I guess that stick is his PowerPoint presentation stick, huh?
Mm-hmm. That's what it was all about. Ross Perot was a dark horse candidate in the U.S. presidency for a couple of elections. He was basically only there because he had a ton of money. Luckily, that tactic never works.
Oh my god, I somehow
did it! You beat Ross Perot. He's dead. He exploded. And yeah, there are direct references to U.S. political figures in this game, like ex-presidents, not even presidents, just people involved in the news.
I don't like this enemy's design, I'm just gonna say it.
Well, he appears a lot in this game.
Well, he looks like garbage, sorry.
You got one more continue.
Okay.
Oh no, wait, you picked up an extra.
Ha! You shit, everybody. Yeah, Ross Perot did buy a lot of TV time.
Mm-hmm. He had the cash. I think he was a Texan, too, wasn't he?
Oh, God.
He should have won.
No, he shouldn't have. Alright, I'm just gonna do this.
Texans make the best presidents, Alex.
Danny, you're just saying things purposely to infuriate our audience. Just gonna run into every enemy.
Alright, other good things. You'll notice there the path branched up there. From what I played, most of this game's levels, they have branching paths. That's not to say they crisscross and mix with each other, and like in Sonic, it's more like, hey, here's a point in the level where you pick one path or the other, and they meet up at the end, but they don't really crisscross or anything.
You have to really, like, pound on the jump button.
Yeah, that mechanic doesn't feel very fleshed out
Get out of here.
or even intended.
Okay, those are yarn balls.
I'm trying to think of other good things to say about this. It's fairly playable, at least for the first few levels.
Sorry. God!
It's infuriating Alex, so that's a good thing.
That's always funny. That's always quality content.
So here's the part you'll get stuck on if you don't know about this, because you need to use this mechanic to cross this pit. There you go. Socks is dead. Again.
Yeah, Socks is dead in real life.
Yeah, the real Socks, unfortunately, has passed. Socks lived a long, healthy life. Unfortunately, never got to see the release of his game.
He never got to see themselves in game form.
Yeah.
Oh, I like this move.
Yeah, look at that. Plus, you can creep along the ground. He looks sufficiently cat-like. He looks like a nice little animated cat. As far as mascots go, he's pretty well defined. But the game itself, that's another thing. Alex has noticed already that this does not control well.
No.
I get the feeling it uses the mechanics that were in the original prototype and barely managed to update them, if at all, because they feel extremely unpolished. which kind of stands in contrast with the rest of the game because it's a very, very long game. There's many, many levels in this game. And the thing about prototypes is when the gameplay is this unpolished, typically there's not many levels done. You don't see much of the game yet because they focus on fixing up the controls before adding levels and stuff.
Not them.
Not the case in this game. Yeah, they just kept the mechanics and added a whole bunch of levels, I guess to make it seem like a good buy on Kickstarter. Be like, 16 levels. It'll take you forever to beat. I was honestly surprised how long this game was. I did not expect it to go on as long as it did. There's seriously like 12 to 16 levels by my estimation. Also got to note that's a mouse you picked up for invincibility. There are rats. Rats are big. They are humanoid. Mice never evolved, I guess.
No.
Different species.
So this is like a tie-in with Capital Critters?
I think so, yeah.
Nice.
This very well could have been a Capital Critters game. Oh yeah, that sound effect was Steam. There's a few sound effects in this game that sound like glitches, but that's normal. Not all of them are as obscenely loud as that one. Sorry.
Well, yeah, let me know if I need to adjust the volume.
No, the volume's mostly fine. It's just a few sound effects that are loud.
Okay, cool. Stop. Stop. Thank you.
Yes, Rambler, the SNES had Steam support.
God bless you, chat.
You're doing pretty well. I was
you.
brutalized for this game for a while before I learned how it controlled.
I've waited a long portion of my life to play this, so goddamn, I am going to do it right.
You were just sitting there with a controller, imagining what it would be like to play this.
Yes, imagining what it would be like if I were Socks the Cat.
I just like how animated he is. It is easily the best thing about the game, the Sock sprite.
It is great.
And the enemies...
As a Socks head myself, I love it.
The enemies aren't as detailed, but they still look okay. They fit the style. Alright, boss of this level, old Tricky Dick himself.
Oh man, I get him all Nixon in the dick!
Yes, you do.
Get him all Nixon in the dick! Everybody watch me!
He's not a crook, but... his dick...
Thanks for Title IX and nothing else, baby!
His dick is in shreds now.
I died trying to kill Nixon. Oh no!
Oh, Socks. Socks. Come back to us, Socks. Well, there you go. There's a few credits playthrough of Socks the Cat. Yeah, as Alex showed...
That was wonderful!
As Alex showed, actually a pretty difficult game starting out, and it does not get easier from there.
He was throwing Watergate tapes at you, by the way!
He was. There's a lot of fun little details in this game like that.
It's dumb as fuck, I love it. Okay, so you have something to show us, don't you, Danny?
I certainly do. So I figured y'all would want to see the rest of the stuff in this game. All the wacky stuff, all the bosses. And I took the liberty of making save states for every single level. This took me until 1 a.m. last night. If you look at the timestamps on these, you can see just how long I spent on this.
Oh my god, yeah, Danny was up really late.
Alright, so... Alright, we've already seen Ross Perot.
I'm sorry. Oh god.
Right, this was the level after Ross Perot.
Hi.
Let's get back to old Richard Nixon. We won't have him to kick around anymore.
We don't have him to maul in the dick anymore.
The thing about this game is the bosses have different invincibility times. Some of them, they are invincible for a really long time, and it makes the fights really hard. While Nixon, his invincibility time is real short.
Idiot.
And for those bosses, you can really easily take them out.
We just murdered Nixon. That fucking owns.
And Ross Perot.
Do we get to kill Reagan?
Don't spoil it. No
okay,
spoilers.
okay, I hope.
Here's one of those interstitials I was talking about. Yeah, I get the feeling they just kind of kludged those in at the last minute using existing assets, but still, nice addition. Breaks things up. This might be my favorite level in the game.
What are you killing? Just paparazzi?
Yes.
Eat shit, press corps.
Now As it turns out,
No!
Socks the Cat is not a fan.
Okay, but look at that.
He's not a fan of protesters. Whatever. And then it says, oof.
Fucking Socks. I like how that person has a no sign through no.
Yeah, it's crossed out no, it's a double negative. These, I know, these characters were seen in the Nintendo Power screenshots.
Yeah, those are definitely from the original.
So these exist in the original game. It's just fun to play through this and try and spot what was added. Oh man, I keep meaning to have Socks get a picture taken, because he gets stunned for a while.
Socks hates the First Amendment, I guess.
He hates protesters.
He does. He's like, fuck this.
He's all for giving rats what they want, though.
I don't like those. Whatever.
Yeah, there's just something about those guys, isn't there?
You're looking at it and you're like, is this supposed to be an offensive stereotype? Because it looks like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't like it. I don't. They could have worked on that. Maybe the nose is less racist. I don't fucking know.
Okay, this guy's gonna take a picture of me. There you go.
Okay, that stunned animation is cute as hell.
Mm-hmm. And again, just the sock sprite, I can say nothing bad about it. That is where all the effort went. By the way, these levels, the outside levels that take place on these marble steps, I guess, these are the exception to the branching paths rule. These levels are just straightforward.
Goes Nixon. There goes Reagan. Thanks.
Oh, he got blowed up.
Actually, I can speak from experience that I don't think any of the enemies here are a 90s lesbian butch aesthetic. One of those protesters, maybe, but it seemed more like just negative stereotype of protester than actually.
Yeah.
Source, group. My mom was a butch lesbian in the 90s.
That's a pretty good source.
Yeah, source. That was my life. Where are you?
I'm in the place where they print money.
Oh, so you're at the mint then?
Yes.
Okay.
Later on, you'll see the places where they dye the money. It's like a toxic waste pit.
Yeah, it's a shame that they murder money.
Yeah. This is where money goes to die. On Kickstarter. Hopefully by now you get an impression of what this game's like. Just to sum it up, average platformer. Unfortunately, gameplay-wise, there isn't much here that's super inventive. But this is classic stuff. You're going over what looks like sewage. It's not sewage, there is a separate sewer level, I should note. Because, of course, there... Should also note this game does not run at 60 frames per second. That's not obvious on our stream, but
No, it
if you
doesn't.
if you play it, it's not the usual 60 FPS that Super Nintendo games are.
People are calling this the GAC arena. Yeah.
This is where they transport GAC across America.
Yeah, Nickelodeon was a big part of helping with America's 90s GAC economy.
Mm-hmm. We had faucets installed that would spray out GAC.
Yeah, it was part of the NAFTA deal.
Mm-hmm. I'm not sure if I should just skip to the bosses already, because there's some of them that are gonna blow you away.
I think we should. I feel really bad. I kind of want to skip to the bosses because I really want to see a bunch of presidents get killed by a cat.
That really happens. Well, let's see. There
That's
might be
true
one here.
anarchy, baby. Ah,
It's just
debt
another
joke.
one.
Debt.
Don't stop to count the debt.
Deficit.
Oh.
Debt. Debt. Debt.
Debt. I'm a giant gorilla. Paint debt on me. Alright, so that's what this level looks like. Let's see if I can find where the next boss is. It's nice they put timestamps on these save states, but I wish they would have put them in order. Oh, okay, here's the boss of the mint.
Alright. It's
It's the Democratic Donkey.
Wait a minute, stop killing them for a second!
Bill Clinton is a Democrat, I should note.
Oh, that's a hat. I thought they were trying to make that Hillary Clinton because of the haircut. And I was
no,
just
that's not a Hillary donkey. It's just a regular donkey.
Okay, it's just a regular, like, good, I'm a donkey. This is a political cartoon. Dead. Okay.
I also like how everything explodes when you kill a boss. And yeah, some of these level themes, you only get one level of them, while others, you get 3. It makes some of these levels kind of drag on.
Who's that guy in the gun?
I don't know who some of these dudes are.
Alright, so Blab has a conspiracy theory about this game.
Uh-huh.
That the ROM never existed, and this game was made by the Kickstarter people from scratch, pretending they had the ROM.
You know what? Very plausible. Not going to deny that.
It could be true.
We're going to the Supreme Court. Supreme Court sprint. Sox is going to change the laws. Okay, for instance, this looks like it was added by people after the fact. This level layout, this does not look like part of the original tile set.
Programmer art.
Because everything's just kind of, it has these basic gradients all over it, and yeah.
Oh god, yeah.
This feels like just padding, honestly. They took a few existing platforms, drew some trees, and that's it. That's a whole new level. Now, they have mentioned that they want to distribute the unmodified ROM at some point, so hopefully we'll see that.
Hopefully.
We will cover that if they ever do. But suffice to say, some of this game's elements, they don't mesh, and they honestly just feel really underdeveloped. Which matches the rest of the game, to be fair. Let's skip to the next boss. Still, there's a lot of game here. I would not have been disappointed if I kickstarted this, because I would have never been able to beat this game without save states. Is this the one I loaded before? Yeah, it was. Okay, I'm looking for something in the 7 o'clock range up here. Like this. There we go, here's Jimmy Carter.
Oh.
His teeth are gleaming. And that's how he attacks me.
Okay, that's bullshit. He should be throwing peanuts. This is garbage.
Wait, just you freaking wait. They got you covered. They got you covered.
They fucking better have.
Keep a close eye on Mr. Carter. He turns into a peanut cocoon and then explodes. There, you satisfied?
No.
Okay.
He should have still been throwing peanuts.
Agreed. They could have done more with him. Now we're headed to the Pentagon. So are these rats.
Watch out.
Socks
also, the Pentagon is not that close to the White House. What the hell? It's not.
They took artistic liberties with this, alright? Emphasis on artistic.
This is a very artistic game.
Mm-hmm.
The military-industrial complex dog.
By this point, they've just resorted to the typical green slime and conveyor belts motif.
Okay, no. Why is there so much green slime in the Pentagon?
It was the 90s. They held Double Dare there. That's where they filmed it.
That's right. Double Dare is a psyop!
My god. We're learning so much. If Alex and I end up disappeared tomorrow, you know why. We're telling the truth on Twitch TV. This game is pretty amazing. Okay, we've seen this. Okay, next up is another boss fight, I'm pretty sure. Now, do you recognize...
Yes, it's the...
Do you recognize this fella here?
Yes, I do! It's Ollie North and Shredded Docu!
Yep, this would have been the first game to feature Oliver North, but instead, it was Call of Duty Black Ops 2. This is... Oliver North has been in multiple video games.
That is so...
There he is, shredding documents and sending them at you. Oliver North, famous conspirator behind the Iran-Contra affair. Way too much to get into.
Look that up on Wikipedia or go to your local library.
What's weird, though, is that Oliver North was convicted, but his convictions were overturned because the U.S. government didn't want to declassify certain documents. But instead of being disgraced, he went on to have a very prominent career as a political commentator.
Yep. even appeared, as you said, in that Call of Duty game.
Mm-hmm.
Where he was like, ah, I'm so cool.
Yep, it's perfectly fine. All is forgiven, Ollie.
That was God.
Let's try and get him. Yeah, this boss, he threw me for a loop. I was like, oh man, paper shredding machine and everything.
Okay, I believe in you, Danny.
Yeah, some of the bosses you can trap against the corner. Should have gotten one of those smart paper shredders, Ollie. Spend that Call of Duty money on the good shit.
Well, this was pre-Call of Duty.
Right.
Pre-COD, as we call it.
At this point, I guess he would have been awaiting his prison sentence when this game was scheduled to be released.
Oh, wow, he got shredded.
He did.
He got disintegrated.
Ironic justice. Alright, here's more Pentagon. This is what the Pentagon looks like. Mostly lots of computers, railways, conveyor belts. You know, you've been there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Lots of loose dogs. It's a wild place. You know, it's kind of frustrating me just how much I'm progressing in the game through save states, and that does not match up with the time I spent on this game. It took me like 4 hours to get to this point, and I can summarize it in save states in about 2 minutes. I just want to say that.
Real quick, thank you to Uzi for subscribing. This is their 9th month in a row subscribing. Thank you. Oh, it's Ollie North, and is that Nancy Reagan?
That would be Ronald and Nancy Reagan.
Ronald. Sorry, not Olive.
Ronald is a mindless automaton, and if you try to attack him, you can't kill him because he just takes an unlimited number of hits. What you're supposed to do here is fight off Nancy using these yarn balls. Actual Nancy soundbite.
Ah, yes. Nancy Reagan's famous ah! Just say ah!
Here's your Presidential Fitness Award. Ah! Got her. She melted.
Oh my gosh, she melted!
She freaking
what the
melted.
Fuck!
Alright, so far we've killed Richard Nixon, melted Nancy Reagan, shredded Oliver North. Sox is serving justice here, left and right.
Alright, who's next?
Who's next on his hit list? When the justice system fails, that's when Sox the Cat comes in. Just pussyfooting around. By this point, I was hoping to God the game would end, and it did not end. It goes on for so many more levels after this. First, let me get killed so I can get more lives. This level, they introduce a couple new enemies, including this guy here. Him. He kicks.
Do we fight Walter Mondale in this game? Oh, those are lobbyists. Oh, they're so rich.
Oh, money comes out when you hit them.
Oh, that's funny.
Try and take a picture of me. There's this guy. He's just throwing sacks of money at you.
Oh, it's rich Uncle Sam. Throwing away your tax dollars.
And there's Uncle Sam's dog. Biting the ass of America.
Watch out for Nixon and Reagan and Washington and birds. The famous political commentary of birds.
That bird is the reincarnated George Washington.
Like, I cannot tell a lie. This game sucks ass.
Cannot tell a lie. I want birdseed. There's no need to play more of this.
Yeah,
next level.
Let's go on.
So much of this game is skippable, and that's kind of unfortunate. But, on the other hand, I don't want to play much more of this. So, Alex, tell me who this is. He's throwing sticks and logs and stones at me.
Is it? Okay, it's either Rush Limbaugh.
The theory on Twitter is that it's Rush Limbaugh, yeah.
Yeah, because he was very much pro-deforestation at the time.
Oh.
And in fact, he got in a lot of trouble in the 90s for saying, if the spotted owl can't survive the lumber industry, screw it.
Wow.
Yeah, he was actually...
He should be throwing spotted owls then.
Yeah, it's either that or Newt Gingrich, who also was weird. I don't know. It's one or the other.
Well, let's see if we can solve our Rush Limbaugh problem. It's a problem I hoped we had left behind in the 90s, but it's okay. Sox is here to fix it.
Lincoln did not eat cats. That's...
He wasn't. That's Alf you're thinking of.
Yeah, please don't confuse Abraham Lincoln with the fictional alien sitcom character Alf.
When I saw this happen, when I saw this scene happen, I screamed because I knew the next level would be a fucking sewer, and it was. I was hoping the game would be over in the last level. Instead, they toss you in the sewer, and the sewer levels are the fucking worst. Literally the worst. They're these huge mazes that just kind of loop around and back and forth, and oh, these levels are so long and they never end. And it's at this point that they stop throwing extra lives at you all the time, and the game starts to get really tough. I would actually consider this a reasonably difficult game, if not for these last few levels. They push it over the edge. I do not recommend people play these levels. They are just no fun whatsoever. It's not like they have interesting platforming challenges either. It's just more like they throw more enemies at you and there's fewer extra lives. This is a critical analysis of Socks the Cat. I've developed these many feelings about Socks the Cat over my 6-hour playthrough last night. So yeah, it's the sewer, and it's bad, and then eventually you get to the end of the level, and you face the boss, and who is it? Who was the boss? It's an elephant.
Oh, I get it. It's a Republican elephant.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Hey, Socks hits it both sides. He killed the donkey first.
I don't like
That's how you know he's bipartisan.
I don't like that whenever you hit them, they... I hate that animation.
Yeah, this elephant is kind of sloppily animated.
I'm not a big fan.
I wonder if the elephant and donkey were added to the game.
Uzi?
What's going on?
Rush should have been throwing Oxycontin.
Oh, wow. Harsh but fair.
I'll let that political joke in. That can go in.
Got him. And then the sewer explodes. No one gets to use the sewer anymore. It explodes a lot.
Jesus Christ! Did he glitch out for a second?
A little bit. And then there's a second sewer level! I think at this point I, stopped the game and went to take a shower or something because I did not want to continue.
That makes a lot of sense. That's why you took a late night shower.
Yes. I just wanted to do anything except play this game. Overall, I have very mixed feelings about Socks the Cat. I'm glad to see it. I'm glad it's out there. But oh my god, is it a pain in the ass to play a lot of the time. Especially this level. This level is the worst, because it's nothing but these obstacles that are really difficult to dodge. It's here you find out that Socks' hitbox is actually very large. It extends in front of him and behind him by several pixels. And you need to take that into account in order to not take a ton of damage.
Quick question from chat. Is there a graveyard level?
Unfortunately, no graveyard level.
That sucks. I want to go to the National Cemetery, Arlington, and just fuck it up as a cat. Just be absolutely disgusting. Just piss everyone off.
Wait, this is the beginning of the game.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a 647 thing.
Okay, what do I want? Last one was 1019, 1021. Okay, no, I think this is the second level of the sewers.
Yeah,
okay.
The next one.
I found my place. Which one was it? This one? Okay. Yeah, so you get out of the sewers.
Great. It looks really good, guys.
It's fine. No one's gonna get to this point.
Okay, Rose Garden. I know what that is.
Mm-hmm.
It's a rose garden. That's pretty.
At this point in the game, I figured there was no end in sight. I had committed my entire life to playing nothing but this game for the rest of my days. There would just be endless levels to this game. I would never beat it. I would never have to play another game. Luckily, as it turns out, this is the final level, and there's a boss at the end of this level. Can you predict who the final boss is?
I can, but I'm not going to say it. So
Everyone
that way
get your guesses in.
Okay, everybody, chat. Who do you think would be the final boss of Socks the Cat Rocks the Hill? I think, well, I want to keep it a secret, because I think I know who it's going to be. Alright, this was before the Monica scandal, so...
Yeah, that was before any of that was known.
Let's see. We got a few people saying Al Gore. Codeman says the Clintons. Tralala says Shadow Socks. I like that.
Ooh.
Blab says Bob Dole. And Wall of Beef, bless you, says an actual hill.
He's gonna rock that hill.
Yaddle says Ken Starr, but again, this was before the Lewinsky.
Close to the time frame.
Yeah, it's close, but it was before.
There's a lot of candidates, a lot of people Sox could take down at the end of the game. The Clintons would be interesting, just having a turn at the end, like Bill Clinton pulls out a gun or something.
Oh, there's Supreme Court justices. I think it's going to be either Hillary Clinton, which would be weird, but...
That would be amazing, but weird.
Or Al Gore, or Newt Gingrich. I think it's going to be Newt Gingrich.
All good guesses, but as it turns out...
Space Dumpster says Scalia. God, I wish.
Scalia would be an amazing final
Mecca
boss.
George Washington says Jet Scarf.
Well, I'm about to reveal it. The final boss of Sox the Cat Rocks the Hill
Tipper, I wish.
is George Bush.
Yes, okay, who said that? Who said George? Okay, that would be Tina Fred. Sorry if I'm butchering that. Apologies. And
It's George Herbert Walker Bush throwing his least favorite food, broccoli.
got it.
He is famous for not liking...
Krungo got it too.
Oh, nice. Good guesses.
Good guesses. Good.
So your final act as Sox the Cat is to murder the hell out of George H.W. Bush. Bam! And then we blow up the White House. The end! We did it! Here comes the ending. No one's gonna live in this house anymore.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, there's Chelsea. She's playing the sax too.
That's right, they all can play the saxophone, even Sox. Bill Clinton, Chelsea Clinton, and Sox the Cat celebrate in the Oval Office as they've rid the world of
The
rats.
Fat Man?
Yep, George the Fat Man Singer apparently worked on this, in addition to Total Recall and a million other games that we played.
I almost fucking threw my drink. God, I wish Jeb was Super Boss.
Oh, if only.
Laugh him to death.
Well, what do you think? Well, we have time to think about what we think. We are going to rank this game. Normally we don't rank unreleased games because they're unfinished, but this is finished. This represents a finished product. Not necessarily the original developers finished it, but an outside party did finish it up. This is a product that was shipped to people, complete in box, as what would have been a retail game. So we do have to consider this a released retail game in our rankings.
I would probably put it lower than I would have expected putting it, but I'm also...
We'll discuss that later.
Okay.
But yeah, keep all that in mind. This is a janky game, but boy, am I glad it's out there. It's a part of American history. It really is, and it's as bizarre as I was hoping. The thing is, I don't know just how much of it is genuine and how much was made after the fact. That remains to be seen. But that's Sox the Cat Rocks the Hill, and Sox is taking a nap. The end.
The end. That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm kind of with Blab. I'm wondering if there really is a untreated ROM here.
I want to play that ROM. I want to see. I'm so curious. All right, in conclusion, Alex, put up an interstitial for me, won't you?
Absolutely.
We're about to change systems here. Because we got business. We're not going to play any more Super Nintendo games. I promised y'all a Game Boy session of Mascot Friday, and that's what you're going to get. Let's play some Game Boy games. So, we held a vote, as I like to call it.
We did hold a volt.
The winners, unfortunately, were Bart Simpson's Escape from Camp Deadly, Kirby's Dream Land, that's cool,
That's really good, thank you!
and one other game that I forgot that I'm going to have to look up the poll for.
I'm just gonna call it Escape from Camp Deadly.
Yeah, but the winner by a huge margin is Bart Simpson's Escape from Camp Deadly.
Oh, y'all really wanted that.
As loath as I am to play this game, this is actually a pretty good time to play it, because we did play a bunch of Simpsons games made by Imagineering on Wednesday. And this is another one of them, except it's on Game Boy. This is an Imagineering joint featuring Bart Simpson, and Alex is going to play it.
Yep. Hooray. Let me turn off the background here. There we go. Oh, man. Can I? No. Ah, better. Beautiful.
No, you have to play it. Play it.
You're right.
The
You're
people
right. Okay.
voted. This is a democracy, damn it.
Thank you, Cool Coyote, for voting for Kirby, so I could play that after Camp Deadly. Thanks. Can I stop already?
Nope. Keep it going.
Iron Fist burns.
Yep, yet another relative of C. Montgomery Burns, aka C. Nigel Burns. On Wednesday, we also met his relatives, the Abominable Snow Burns and Fu Manchu Burns. You should turn this down more. The Game Boy music is not worth listening to.
Okay.
Sorry to say.
Okay, there we go. He's threatening me. It's the same NES version of the Simpsons theme from the other games.
It pretty much is, yeah. Alright, so our lineup over the next hour is Bart Simpson's Escape from Camp Deadly, Kirby's Dream Land, and Wizards and Warriors X.
Look at Bart's fucked face!
Does he have a buck tooth or something?
No, we're gonna...
He really looks like he has like
when he gets into the overscan area here, he looks like amazing.
Yeah, it looks like a tooth is jutting out of his mouth.
Okay.
It's like that fucked up picture of Lisa when she needed to go to the dentist.
Oh my god, the happy, it's the British smiles or whatever. Alright, that's not really doing anything. I got a flag.
So, the premise of this game is the camp counselor hates Bart and Lisa. And they're making them do Capture the Flag, where Team 1 is Bart Simpson and Team 2 is everybody else. Lisa there gave you a boomerang. You can actually use that to kill enemies. It's useful. And you should also catch it.
Shit. Thank you. Ah!
Didn't mention this, but when you picked up the flag, you got 666 points. That's how many points you get for collecting a flag.
Bart is fucking dead!
Yeah, well, it is the entire camp versus him. I also like how when you jump, the screen scrolling doesn't catch up with you. You go a little bit faster when you jump. Alright, so fess up. Which one of you had this as a kid? This was a real popular game, so a lot of kids had this game.
I saw some folks in chat said they had it. I didn't. I didn't actually have a Game Boy until, like, much later in life.
If you did own this, tell us what you think. How was it at the time, and how would you think of it now?
No spitwads.
No spitwads. Whoop Von Whoop got to the end as a kid. That's... wow.
That's amazing.
So it is completable. I maintain to this day that no kid ever finished Bart vs. the Space Mutants. There's no way. No kid had that much patience. This game, though, maybe it does seem to be a little bit more playable than Space Mutants, from what I played earlier. Alex has given me the stink eye and was about to call me a fucking liar before censoring himself. But fair enough. Throw your boomerangs. I like the way he's just laid out flat after he dies.
Look at how built Iron Burns is! Oh my god!
He threw you in the brig.
Look at that art! Oh my...
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm gonna eat this key right in front of you.
Alright, now I'm trying
And that's
again.
it. Game over. No continues. Alex is gonna try again.
Yeah, I'm actually pissed at this point.
Alex is not gonna be beaten by this game.
No.
Alright, Fama Consumer played it a decent bit, but didn't get very far. That's the experience I've heard the most about this game. Like, it was a game that you just had, but never played much of. Or you felt compelled to play it, because it was one of the few games you had.
Ooh, I had games like that.
Iron Man Burns. Yeah, that was a pretty buff Burns.
trust this.
You can do it. Your jumps actually take you pretty far.
Okay.
Should note there's no run button in this
Oh, you're
game,
right, they
but
do.
the jumps, yeah, you do actually advance pretty far when you jump. Heinerfed, yeah.
I got my girl!
Oh, yeah, you did! Oh, Macaulay Culkin, rest in peace. They mentioned that, yeah, you have to scroll the screen at the very edge. Yeah, you have to get pretty close before the screen starts scrolling. What you have to do here is climb the tree. It gives you no indication that that's something you can do. Game over.
Now I'm passing the controller.
Good effort, Alex. Let's give him a hand.
Yeah. This... Oh, God.
Alright, I'm playing now. Listen up, Simpson. I'm your counselor. Swole Iron Fist Burns.
I hate how swole he is. That is disgusting.
Next 2 months, you're going to live, breathe, and eat our beloved Camp Deadly. You will eat every single inch of this camp.
Who was the disgusting guy at Imagineering who thought they needed to make Burns buff?
The disgusting guy was, in fact, one guy, because this game was made by one guy.
I'm really sorry to the programmer who made this, the programmer and artist who made this game, because this is good for a one-guy game, actually, legit. I'm very disgusted by how buff Burns is. It's awful.
There's a hidden credit in this game that reveals that Imagineering actually subcontracted this game to just one single developer, who then handed it back to him, and they finished it up a couple months after that. So with that context, I'm gonna be a little bit nicer to this game, because one guy making a game on a system that at the time was unproven.
Yeah.
This was, what did the title screen say, 90, 91? This was a pretty early Game Boy game.
You can climb trees, this is bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big old dumbass, I had no idea.
Well, they never tell you that. The only way I knew that is because I remember reading tip sections in old magazines about this game. They would say that kids always called them confused about this game.
Oh god, I can bang.
Because it doesn't mention you can climb trees. It doesn't mention a lot of things. Now the thing is, this game has a pretty extensive debug code, and using that I'm going to show you the entire game.
Oh, cool.
But first, I have to attempt to play it. I'm being real here. I think this is better than Space Mutants.
Alright, this is a David Crane game.
Is it? I know.
That's what Electric Boogaloo says, and I gotta say, Electric Boogaloo has been pretty accurate on this shit.
Oh, that's true.
So, David Crane, lover of buff Mr. Burns.
Welcome to Blindside Bill's Treehouse. Eat my shorts, Blindside Bill.